Okay, so here's a couple of examples from the exercise sets, and I'm going to go through them reasonably quickly, so just pause it at any point you need to look at it more carefully. So I need to work out cos 315. First thing I do is draw the circle, put the axes through it, and then indicate my major degrees, 0, 90, 180, 270 and 360. Then I have to locate where 315 is. So I notice that it's in the fourth quadrant. In fact, it's 45 degrees back from 360. So the mirror image one in the first quadrant would be 45 degrees because of the symmetry of it. Now cos 315 is talking about the x-coordinate of that point on the circle. So the point on the circle at 315 has the same x-coordinate as the point on the circle for 45 degrees. So the cos of 315 is exactly the same as the cos of 45. And that is supported by the fact that our ASTC circle says that if you're in the fourth quadrant, cos will be positive. So yes, cos 315 will be a positive quantity. What will it be? So I go to my special triangle and have a look. Cos 45, if I have a little look down here, what is cos 45? Adjacent over hypotenuse, that's 1 over root 2. So okay, come back to where we were. That means cos 315 is 1 over root 2. Let's look at 8e. We're looking at sine minus 60. So sine minus 60, I have to first of all draw my circle, put my axes in, and put my major degrees, 0, 90, 180, 270, 360. Locate where minus 60 is. Now we know that positive angles go counterclockwise or anti-clockwise. Negative ones go clockwise. So I'm going to come in a negative direction from naught back to minus 60. That's actually the exact same position as if I had gone forward 300. So that minus 60 is sitting there in the fourth quadrant. What's the one back in the first quadrant that's got the symmetrical properties? It is 60 degrees, and you can see that by the diagram. Now if I want sine, I'm talking about its y value, and you can see that I've indicated the y values of 60 and minus 60 with those little yellow lines there. You'll notice that sine of 60 is a positive quantity, but sine of minus 60 is a negative quantity. And that bears out when I say ASTC on that circle. In the fourth quadrant, the only one that's positive is cos. And right now I want sine. So sine has to be negative. In fact, it's the negative of the y value for 60. So if I want to know what sine 60 is, we go to one of our special triangles. There it is here. What's sine 60? Opposite over hypotenuse. Root 3 on 2. So let's bring that back. So that means that sine minus 60 is minus sine 60, which is minus root 3 on 2. So there's a couple of early ones. Here's another one. I'll just let that sit there, and you can look at it and pause it if you need to. Then here's another one. This one here is interesting because the question says that tan theta is 3/4, but cos theta is less than 0, and they want us to find sine theta and cos theta. Well, as you've noted there, I've circled 3/4 and noted that that's a positive number. For tan to be positive, I should only consider quadrants 1 and 3. So that's a possibility here, and that's a possibility here. But it also says that cos theta is less than 0, so straight up can't be in that first quadrant, so that option's gone. That lands me solidly in the third quadrant. Okay, so now I need to decide, well, what are sine and cos in that third quadrant? Tan's the only one positive in there. Tan was positive here. So sine and cos are both less than 0. Okay, so I know my answers are going to be less than 0, and let's have a look. See that? They're both negatives. Well, where's this 3/5 and 4/5 come from? Well, if I draw a triangle that is faithful to the term that tan theta equals 3 over 4, I can put theta in here. I can give its opposite to be 3 and its adjacent to be 4, and then I've got tan theta equals 3 on 4. Pythagoras has a bit to say about what the hypotenuse is. It's the 3, 4, 5 triangle after all. So straight up I've got all the sides of that triangle I need, and that's where those values come from, the 3 over 5 and the 4 over 5. So for question 10, sine theta is going to be minus 3 over 5 and cos theta is going to be minus 4 over 5. Here's another one, question 12 in your exercise set. I'll just leave that there for you to look at. You can pause it. It wants you to find cos x and cosec x. And remember, cosec is 1 over sine. That's why I had to go and find sine x. Pause it and have a look. And here's question 20. And have fun doing your homework.